Okay, so yesterday we were basically on to resource optimization we have completed.
We have completed that one. We have completed the performance one also.
Yeah, performance metrics.
Yeah,
We need to,
measures.
we need to start from this, correct? Performance metrics.
Yeah. We can start.
So performance metrics is basically to understand the performance of any system, which is called the indicators, which is KPI, key performance indicator. What, why to evaluate whether the security controls are effective and also improving over time. So this is what the performance is all about. For example, when we joined an organization, they put us into 6 period provision period. They see our performance. Based on that, they will ask us to onboard. They'll make a permanent. Okay. And after
Right.
1 year, they again review our performance. And then based on that performance, they give a promotion, bonus, and all those things. So they have the stick yard in the sense they can gauge. So they have their own matrix. So based on that matrix, they will be able to understand your quality of work, your understanding, and all those things. So there are various parameters. So based on that parameter, your performance will be evaluated. Similarly, we need to evaluate IT performance, cybersecurity performance, control performance. So whatever things we are using in cybersecurity, all those things needs to be performed. All those need to be measured. Okay. So why to measure? To understand the effectiveness and also to have an improvement. So for measurement, we have a matrix. Matrix means kilometer, centimeter, correct? Inches.
Hmm.
So these are all metrics to measure. So in IT also, there are various uh, measurements are available to measure the particular area. So now we have MTDR. This is also one kind of matrix or measurement. MTTR, MTTD, these are also one of the measurement unit. So this unit will be used to measure any performance. So MTD is basically mean time to detect the incident. So this measurement will come under SOC. You must be doing this, correct?
Yes.
So you will be taking that how much time it will take for me to detect any incident which is happening.
Hmm.
So you will that is your MTD, like 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes will be your less than 10 minutes will be your MTD for any incident. Then MTR means mean time to respond. So you must be having some kind of matrix where you responding for any threat or any incident.
Yes.
That will be
Yes.
like less than 1 hour.
Hmm.
So this could be your MTTR. So likewise, you will be defining and every day or every month and week, you will be improving those MTD and MTR. So improving over time. So you should not tell that, okay, I will have 10 minutes only. You can reduce to 9 minutes, 5 minutes, and so forth. And respond time also you need to reduce like 30 minutes. Correct. So these are the things. Are you doing this or not? This is happening in your environment.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are the things you're using to reduce those MTR, MTD? Just give
So,
an example.
for the meantime respond, we are using that SLA tracking of the high severity tickets, low severity tickets. For those we are taking, and for the meantime detect incidents and creation of the tickets, we have we have defined the KPIs, KRS there. Like if any kind of the high incident is happen, okay, immediate basis we need to inform us, or we need to send out a email, create a tickets and all those things.
Yeah. So that is what your performance measurement. So
Hmm.
this come into your every area. It is not specific to SOC, but we take as and SOC as an example because
Yeah.
we know about that. We
Yes.
know
Yes.
about that. So this will be replicated in every process of an environment of an organization. So we are not specifically, we are working for cybersecurity. We are working for entire organization.
Right.
Okay. And we take a sample of our relevant or experienced experience area where we are working so that we can connect the dot. But our focus should be entire organizations, not specific to cybersecurity. It is
Yes.
like entire organizations. That is what we are, we will give an edge for a business to achieve the strategic positions. Okay, so we work on that level and we work on the governance level, we work on the strategic level as we discussed in our earlier side. Okay,
Yes.
so our focus is not SOC, our focus is not cybersecurity. Our focus is to just to ensure that company or the stakeholder, they achieve their objective. They able to fulfill their strategic decisions. We are able to help them to achieve those decisions. They want all the things should be worked as per their objectives, goals, and alignments. We need to align ourselves with their requirement. Correct? This is
Understand.
our goal. This is our vision. So most of us, like we focus on our area only. Okay, we just focus on the SOC, how we can improve SOC. So if you improve SOC, ultimately who will be benefited? Ultimately, the stakeholder will get benefit. Companies' objectives will get achieved. Correct. So we need to do from the top to bottom, not bottom to the top. That is what we need to ensure when we do any kind of thing. Okay, so percentage of system with the largest security patches. Okay, so this is also one kind of matrix. Okay, or a stick yard where you are where you're collecting the percentage, how much PCs or how much servers got patched within certain period of time. So the patching is not a one-day work, correct? Today you have one patch, tomorrow you have another patch. So it's a life cycle. Okay, so you need to ensure that on what day, how much percentage was captured or updated for that particular vulnerability. So that become your percentage. That will become your KPI so that you can improve day by day and day by day. So here they have given an example, like in organizations, they measure the phishing simulation. Okay, what the failure rate, how they, so if it is decreased from 20 to 5%, so awareness training is working. So if they think that before, like before 1 month, the phishing simulation they have conducted, and they have seen that 20% people they have clicked that phishing email. That means 20% is the output. Then
Yes.
after 1 month, they again ran the phishing simulation and they got the output that 5% they have clicked on the phishing email. So definitely there is a progress from 20 to 5. So where you're going to give the credit, you will be giving the credit to the training session, which is correctly working. That means your direction is correct. So similarly, we need to see the directions and what basis it will give you a good result or it will improve your performance. That directions we need to ensure. So that is what improving over time. Okay.
Okay.
Assurance program integration. This basically means the security, your audit, compliance, and risk management should work together to support the continuous improvement and also ensure controls are effective. So process integration, that means all your process, whatever activity you're doing in an organization. Okay, like SOC. SOC is also tied up with audit.
Yes.
Compliance is also SOC is tied up with the compliance, which you are currently doing audit, correct? As part of compliance. So
Yes.
that means you are integrated. Okay. So that integration will assure that they work together and they support continuously for what? For improvement. And also, whatever control you have implemented should be effective. That means 100% should be working. If it is not working, you replace, you upgrade, you replace, you provide another solution. Okay, that could be administrative control. That could be your policy. That could be your procedure, guidelines, and everything. Okay, for that matter. So all those processes, what we are doing, it should be under integration, and this will give you an assurance that it is continuously having an improvement so that we can achieve the controls effectiveness, their outcome. So as an example, internal audit, they identify weak password control. This is their contribution. Then security team fixes the issue. This is again their contribution from security team. Compliance verifies it. Risk team update risk register. They create a loop, a closed loop improvement cycle. This is also one of the achievements. So these are all collaborative nature. That is called an integration. So this will give end process assurance on improvement for achieving control effectiveness for any given process, end to end. Okay. Then organization culture. So this culture is very much important. You need to understand culture now. Okay, so what do you mean by culture? Can you just give me an example, which could be your organization culture? Okay, where are you working? So what do you mean by
Okay.
culture?
Culture is mean by how exactly your organization is working with your strategies, and what is the process they are following, and how flexible they are, and all those terms in the culture.
Yeah. So culture means basically what uh, majority of the people they do together.
Hmm.
Okay. So that will bring as a culture for an organization. So that culture will be documented into professional way. Correct. So you
Hmm.
cannot, if you try to implement some kind of policies, you cannot go beyond the culture. You cannot drop the culture in the process. So what you have to do, you have to adopt the culture and you shape those culture into the process of cybersecurity, into the process of achieving the business objective of an organization. So that is what we need to deal with. So the culture is very much important for a given organization. Some culture will may not be what you can say good for the cybersecurity. Some culture
Hmm.
which will be very much good for the cybersecurity. For an example, there is a culture of security awareness. Like from top to management to bottom, everyone are conscious, saying about the cybersecurity. They are conscious about open door. They are conscious about open PC. They are very much conscious about securing the data. So this is what a culture is. Correct. So this
Hmm.
culture will help you fine tune the process. So it will give an edge, it will give an add a value to it when you do some kind of process, awareness, training, and all those things. They will say, yeah, I know everything, I know about this. Yeah. So they are aligned with your requirement. So it will, for you, it will be like easier for them to understand. But what if you find a company where there this kind of culture, conscious culture is not there? So for you, it will be difficult to explain them what is access mechanism, how
Hmm.
you want to keep the PC off, PC locked, and how to keep the password secure. So for this, you will be a hard time for you to understand, to make them understand. So this is just an example. So there could be n number of cultures in an organization which people follow. So that is basically the majority one. Okay, so the normal like 10% culture will not impact into the organization level, but 80% of culture will impact your organization process. So we need to work and we need to adopt those culture and flow accordingly. And we need to add those thing of cybersecurity, add those things of whatever controls we want to implement into it. So we cannot eliminate the culture because if we want to eliminate culture, it will not happen because it is coming from the top management.
Hmm.
So it is a shared mindset. Okay, it's a shared mindset. Basically, shared mindset basically from top management. So top man will say, no, we want this, and people are working for ages, 10 years of experience, 15 of experience, and suddenly you come in and you say, no, no, this should not happen. But they are following since 10 years. Nobody told you to. Nobody told them to stop, and we will not be able to tell them also
Hmm.
because this is their mindset.
Hmm.
So the mindset you cannot change, but you can mold in the sense like you can convert, you can turn from that area to another area, but you cannot change. So that is called a culture, that is called a mindset. You got this point?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay. So this will include your belief, behavior, values. These are all influence how people act, especially when nobody is watching. So this is
Hmm.
the mindset we carried out from like ages, from 10 years, from 20 years in an organization. Then suddenly you try to bring everything. If it is not possible, you need to slowly change their mindset, mold their mindset towards the ability to secure your environment. That is what we need to do. Whenever you find some kind of negative mindset for an organization, which can harm security for an organization. Okay. So why it matter? Because even if you have the best firewall, strict policies, expensive tools, security can fail if employee doesn't believe in the security practice. If if you don't have your employee to believe in that practice, you'll not be able to achieve the security. Everything will get failed.
Right.
This all will get failed if you don't have that kind of mindset. So that mindset should be changed. So the, as I said, entirely there could be negative and entirely there could be positive. Correct? Some mindset will be very conscious. No, we want to secure our environment. Some organization, they don't bother. They share the password, they open the screen, they don't have any kind of consciousness. So we need to mold into that belief in the security practices. So strong,
Understand.
yeah, strong culture will look like employee lock the screen while leaving the desk. People report suspicious email without fear. Team asks if this secure before launching the project. So these are the conscious decisions, conscious questions, which employee will tell you, ask you. Okay, so this is the strongest part, and this could be a weak part where password sharing among the teams, security slow us down, clicking unknown links without thinking. So this is a negative culture and this is a positive culture. So if you get this culture, it is easier for you to manage, and if you get this, it is hard to manage. Okay, this is easier. Sounds good.
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. So positive culture, we have taken an example for Google. So Google, they promote zero trust security. Employee understand trust is not given, it is verified. Okay, and security is embedded into daily day-to-day workflow. Lower inside and phishing attack. Then we have negative culture such as Twitter inside breach 2020. Employee were tricked by attacker posing an IT support. So Twitter, it's a negative culture. They don't bother about any security something. No. So it's a negative culture. Okay, it's a negative culture and this is positive culture. So access was given to admin tool. Major celebrity account was hacked. Root cause, employee were not trained to verify the identity. So culture failed, not the technology. And technology, they were having IAM, firewall, lot of things, but culture is not supporting that. Here you have a culture which support your firewall, your process, your decision, and all those things. So culture determines whether the people protect the security or break the security.
Understand.
Crystal clear?
Yeah, yeah, clear.
Okay. So now we'll talk about policies. Okay. Okay. So this is basically a policy. So you must be knowing a policy. So you must be working and whatever you're auditing. So your audit will be against what? Against a company policy.
Hmm.
Can you just give me an example of your audit policy, what you're doing and what you're checking? Just high level of it.
So there is one policy to uh, copy paste is not happen from the client media to our laptop.
Okay. That
Yeah,
means you're saying that you should not
copy paste any
copy paste. You should,
contents.
any content that is what you are copying, that you are making that one. Okay.
Yes.
So that you have defined the scope, you have defined the intention and all the thing, and you have mentioned that all the data which is there in that they should not be able to copy, and then this is what the control they have implemented, and all those things is mentioned. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that means that is the policy what you came up. So it should be written. So whether
Hmm.
this is a written policy in your organization,
Yes, it's written.
yeah. So it is a written policy. So this is what an important part over here.
Hmm.
So it should be written and documented. So then only this will give you a add value. So if you tell that, okay, we have a policy where nobody can copy paste, so nobody will able to either, and it will
Hmm.
not give you uh, a strong point to emphasize on the people. So when you write, then it will be an emphasis on the people, then they will follow, they will read those policies and then emphasize. And you can take action against if for the non-compliance. If they are not compliant, they're copy pasting and also, but due to technical nature, they cannot copy. But again, if they're trying and sometimes technical thing doesn't work and they can able to copy paste. Okay, so in that scenario, how you'll catch them, how you try to make them like non-compliant. So the written policy will come into the picture where you will tell that you have signed and you have accepted these policies and you're not obeying those policies and you copy pasted the data and it was went outside and you will be
Right.
liable now. So this is the way you are making a liability for that policy then that process. So similarly in organization, every process will have its policy. So it should be documented for to enforce and to make liable and for auditing purpose. So for this purpose, we need to have a documentations and written policies. So similar to such policies, we have AUP, which is called acceptable use policies. So this, have you heard about this AUP acceptable use policies?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. In the auditing itself only, we have to check it. They have accepted whatever we have identified. They have accepted or not.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
this is basically a sample of it. So this will provide a rule. It's a rule book. You can say it's a process. You can say or a documented thing. You can say, but this is basically a policy on how employees should use the company asset. So what are the company they are giving asset? The computer, internet, email, company data, mobile devices, cloud services, and all those things. This will become as an asset by the company for users to use for what? For giving a benefit to the organization. Okay. So this document, uh, all employee should sign,
Hmm.
okay, should sign and acknowledge, should sign and acknowledge. Okay. So this will become uh, as your evidence that they have accepted those policies where you will be able to use the resources efficiently for this purpose only, which is given provided in the HR and all those things. So the purpose
Yes.
is to prevent misuse or abuse of the computer resources. This is the purpose. And also ensure responsible and secure usage. Then reduce legal and security risks. So these are the documented thing. If you do, we are like customer or employee will be restricted and employee will not make mistake and employee will not be indulging in various other activity which can harm an organization's reputations or its private or its personal information. Okay, so this is to protect against an organization misuse of any resources. Okay, so here is example: access work email on approved devices. So this is allowed and this is not allowed. That means installing pirated software is not allowed. What is allowed? Second example, company internet for business tasks. So download movies, torrent is not allowed. Store file on approved device drives. So uploading company file to personal cloud USB, it is not allowed. So these are just things which can be captured. This all will help organization from internal and accidental threat. So ethics in information security. So ethics basically, what is ethics? Can you just give me an example or understanding what is ethics?
It's something we have rights to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ethics basically you can say as an behavior which people think that it is an ethical, it's a good behavior
Mhm.
towards anybody else. So ethics basically you're doing the right things with taking as a responsible. Okay. So ethics basically refer to doing the right and responsible thing even nobody is watching you. Okay, that is called ethical behavior,
Mhm.
which is like you are respecting everybody, you're respecting the privacies, you're not misusing the privileged access, you're not leaking out the confidential information, you're not reporting vulnerabilities. That means you are not going against the law of a company or policy of the company, or you can say for that matter, what you can say. any legal thing is that you're not basically breaching those legality. So you are within the boundary of the legal, and then you're behaving yourself. So that behavior, which like nobody is monitoring you, nobody is doing a compulsion on you, but within that boundary, you are behaving and you're observing and you're following all those legal processes in a boundary. That behavior is called ethics. That is called ethical. Okay, for an example, uh, I have basically the opportunity to leak the data outside. Okay, I have the access. I have the opportunity to send the information, confidential information outside. Now, this ethics will help me to stop the data sending outside. So that process will help me. That is called the ethics. So though I am having access, I can send data outside, but I'm not sending the data because I am following some kind of ethics, some kind of guidelines, which is my company is given to me. So that is what the ethic is all about. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is to refer, ethic is to refer any rights and responsible things. Even you, nobody is watching. That means nobody is seeing you. You can transfer data outside, but you are behaving in ethical manner. That means you are not sending the data outside. You are bound to the legal document. You are bound to acceptable use policies and all those things, and you are behaving in ethical manner. You are respecting the privacy of the company or the others and all those things. You're not misusing access privilege. That means you have rights to send outside. You're not misusing those access. You are into ethical zone. Then not leaking or selling confidential data, reporting vulnerabilities responsibility. Responsibility, that means you are not telling to anybody of the vulnerabilities, and not using hacking's knowledge for harming the organization. So this is what you are ethically behaving in an organization. So why it is crucial? Because employee often have access to sensitive information. Misuse can cause financial loss, harm, and reputational damage. So these are the punch point. These are the funda which you need to understand, and it will come in your examination. So when you do an examination, so you need to understand all those concepts, and it will help you to give the answers correctly. So are you planning to give exam also for CISM?
Yeah, after completion and doing some practice.
Yes. So I'll be like telling you about all the exam strategies. Like whatever I'm learning, it is from the CISM. What is that? Review manual only. CISM's thing one. And from there you can like it's basically all the questions will come from whatever I'm teaching you. So you focus on this main points which I'm giving you. Okay.
Okay.
So example of ethical violation. So as an IT admin, they have access to employee salary data without authorization to share the others. So this is an unethical and illegal. So you have access, and you are sharing to others, okay, without the authorization. So this will become an unethical and illegal. So as an example, in Uber 2016 breach cover up, a security member paid hacker to hide the breach. Okay. So result in legal action, fines, reputational damage. So here you have trust protect, ethics, trust issue, compliance issue, and credibility of the security professional. That means that's why people are coming now, which is called BVG, background verification check.
Right.
Okay. So this is what they are conducting by, because of understanding how ethical are you, whether you have done any fraud previously. And some of the organizations where you're working with government sector, or if you're working with a visa section, or kind of wherever the critical things are, that they're asking for PCC, which is police clearance certificate. Correct? Right. So these are the verification they are doing for what? For ensuring that they are not violating the ethical practice, because we are holding a lot of informations. So we need to be ethical enough for the company, for organization.
Right. In the SOC 2 audit, There is one section for that BBG and PCC.
Yeah, PCC, SOC 2 type
SOC
2,
2,
correct?
SOC 2 type 2, right?
Section, what is section number?
I don't know the section number, but
Yeah.
I
So that is the
will
background
have it.
verification check. Yeah.
Mhm.
About the employee when they hire, correct? They
Right,
need
right.
to do review and all those things.
In the HR department
Yes.
section, there are 8 something.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we'll talk about legal, regulatory, and contractual requirement. So what do you mean by legal? Legal is basically your law. Regulatory, basically your regulation with whom you're dealing with. Contractual, basically what third party you're dealing with. Okay.
Mhm.
So organization must comply with the law, industry regulations, and security obligation in the contracts to ensure that they are secure and responsible handling of those information. So if they failure to comply, that if they are not following this, there could be legal penalties, financial fines, operational shutdown, reputational damage. There are a lot of organizations, they failed and all their system, all their company was broke and they filed the bankruptcy in United States. So everywhere it is happening like that. If they don't follow the law, industry regulations, the company will be bankrupt. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is
Yes.
just an understanding of legal, regulatory, and contractual requirements. Okay. Like contractual requirement, if the third party, you're taking service from third party and the third party failed, your company also get failed. You also get fined. This guy also will get fined. It's very much strict to make all those things compliance. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this detailed about legal and regulatory requirements. So we'll learn detailed in what is kind of legal and how it works. So legal requirement basically comes from the government law that organization must follow. So for us in India, we have uh, regulations. We have certain.
Right.
There is a law from the government which is called IT Act. I think so.
Mm.
IT Act 2000. So all our IT they fall under this act in India. So they have to follow this act. And for personal data, we have DPA. Okay, for personal act.
Okay.
For trading, we have cyber security CSRS something. Cyber security risk system some for from SEBI. Have you heard about this?
No. No.
Okay. From SEBI, like trading company is there, they need to
Mhm.
follow CSRS. CSRS is the document where they need to follow all those things are legally they are mentioned everything. So every industry is regulated by the government law. They need to follow. So this law will protect personal data. So if you implement DPDPA, your personal data is implemented. Financial data, we have CSRS. Health information, also health information controlled by DPDPA. Then consumer rights also DPDPA can be concluded. Here they have mentioned here. Yeah. So GDPR basically is for European Union, and they talk about protecting the personal information, which is for data privacy and users' consent. Then DPDPA Act 2023, which is India, and they will protect what? They'll protect the detailed personal data protection. Then HIPAA is for United States. It is Youth Healthcare System Protection or Regulation. They protect patients' medical record, which is
Yeah.
PHI.
We are handling this one. HIPAA
Huh?
one. We are dealing with HIPAA.
You're dealing with HIPAA. It's
Yeah.
your company is international company.
Yes.
Okay, so you're dealing with all those clients' data. So
Yes.
you're providing service or you're providing product
Service.
service. What kind of service it is?
There are multiple service, whatever the patient required, any kind of the uh, with respect to the payers, whatever the service required, those are developing and they are just serve, selling those also, or any kind of the development is there. So we are just doing service there also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your company should be HIPAA certified, correct? You are
Right.
HIPAA.
Yes. Yes. HIPAA certified.
Okay. So there's a PHI will be there. You need to
Yes.
protect those
Yes.
PHI and all those things.
PHI, PII.
Okay. So for that, you're doing auditing, correct? You're doing SOC for that. Correct?
Right.
So, okay. So, this company is US based company.
Yes.
Okay. And they have an office in India.
India.
Where are you working? India? Where? Mumbai?
Pune.
Pune. Okay. Pune.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have SOC, which is used publicly companies accuracy for of financial reporting. So this is how we need to abide by the law. Okay. So now we are in India and we are following US law. Why? Because the company which you are working, it's regulated by the US healthcare system. Then only we should be abiding with the US law as well. Okay. So as an example, a hospital leak patient data under HIPAA law, the hospital can face hefty fines and legal action. Okay, so this is a legal scenario and a violation of that. Okay, so this is legal requirement. Now contractual requirement. So contractual requirement basically, as an organization, we sign a contract with various area, with customer, with service provider, with cloud vendor, outsourcing partner, then contact with security obligations to protect the data. So these are our contracts we are signing. Why? To protect our information.
Information is right.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Huh?
Yeah, sure.